It's the Triveni Continental Kings taking on the Balan Alaskan Knights, and what a matchup we have on our hands right now. Triveni Continental Kings making a strong claim for the top 2 spots in the tournament. They won their match today with the SG Alpine Warriors. Can they repeat their performance?
I definitely think that he's in good form, and he's definitely confident going into this game, and they shaking hands, showcasing Yun's tattoo.
Ooh, I like that tattoo. I like
yeah,
it.
definitely. And it's really great to take a look at their personal score against each other as well. I believe they've played 120 games in their lifetime,
gosh.
Wow.
with Levon Aronian leading by 6 points. So their score is 37 wins for Levon, 31 for Yun, and 32 draws.
Wow, that's brilliant bit
That's
of
amazing.
statistics there. Thanks, Jesse, for that. But right now, Levon has opened it with the pawn sacrifice, the Queen's Gambit. He's given up a pawn, and he is all ready to play a sharp game.
That's what we're looking for, guys. Thank you for the joy that you are bringing to us already. This means, Sagar, it will be a very complicated double-edged position because White is giving up the central pawn right away. On the other hand, we'll get this center, very strong center, but on the other side of the board, and we might see here very sharp king side attack.
So let's see how this game develops, and maybe we can have a look at our 6 boards, sort of zoom out.
Are his eyes closed? He's trying to just see the position in his head.
Right. Blindfold chess.
Yeah, blindfold.
In action.
Right.
Oh, they look
My-
all very interesting.
My attention has been captured by the Prodigy board.
Right.
Because we have a very sharp game there. Should we go to the 6th board?
Absolutely. Look at this rook on a7. I really want to
Yeah.
know what the rook is doing on a7.
Going on a quick adventure.
So one thing is that this opening which we had is the very famous, not the Najdorf, because in this position we had the Sicilian Classical with the knights coming out, and in that position when both sides castled on opposite sides of the board, black played the move pawn up to a5,
Oh, wow.
which kind of weakened the square on b5, and instantly you could see that Jonas put his bishop there, stopping the pawn from coming forward. But as you said, the knight wanted to get this bishop out, so the bishop was also given up for
Okay.
the knight.
I like what Jonas has done so far. I'm a little bit puzzled by his last move because I think you mentioned the d6 d5 break, and this is a major source of counterplay for black in these types of structures. And I'm not entirely sure what he's planning to do against it. If, let's say, Raunak goes rook fd8 here, perhaps he wants to play knight d5, but I would be reluctant to do it so easily. But I don't really see how else you are stopping d6 d5 from appearing on the board. So that's one big
Wouldn't
question for me.
g4 be an idea here, so that when you play d5, I want to play
Yeah,
and
maybe,
kick
maybe
your
we're
knight
in
away?
time with this. Yeah, maybe this is what he plans.
Should we, guys, zoom out, have a look at our 6 boards? I have one board in mind. Maybe we have the same one.
Okay,
think so.
okay. Let's try. Which one?
I wanted to go to the board number 3 between
my
Wei Yi
gosh.
and Rajabo. Yes?
Wow.
Oh,
You're
nice.
reading my mind.
Okay.
Let's do that. You guys, they have not traded any piece, or they have... Oh, they have
Just
traded only
one pair
piece.
of minor pieces, but I feel Temur Rajabo is under some pressure in this position, because look at the white pieces. The amount of space that Wei Yi has captured on the board is quite substantial.
Yeah, and I think Wei Yi maybe has a psychological advantage over Tamer in this game, because in their first game, Wei Yi won in a very
Oh.
sharp game,
Wow.
I believe.
Oh, that's a good
Yes.
It's time to look at one of the women boards. There is a very interesting game going on board number 4
I think so.
point. Yes, we
between
have...
Tan Zhongyi and Katrina Lagno.
That's right. Very interesting game between these two. The earlier match ended in a draw, but I believe that Tanzhongyi had really good position, very close to winning position, but she could not convert that one. So let's check out what is happening here. We can see that she has a better position according to the engine as well.
Right. Right now, if we look at the knight, it is nicely observing this weak square and I think this pawn also wants to push forward. It feels like white, if given like let's say 3 or 4 moves, would be
Yeah.
doing really well. Like if I could get the knight here
Yeah.
somehow, I would kick this knight away. But I think
Yeah.
time is not in white's favor.
Yeah, so it's like more of a spatial issue as well as developing. The development isn't, white isn't as well developed as black is here.
That's a very good point. This knight being on b1 between the rooks. Rooks cannot connect right now. And also where the knight goes, because if you go to the natural move on c3, you'll fall for this baby pork. That is called attacking 2 minor pieces, and knight to b3 is the key point here. If you pin my queen with your rook, then I will anyway bring my knight. That's such a perfect square for this knight here.
To defend
and
this.
Yeah, look at that. And then I can move my queen away. Probably there's even better move,
Right.
but Katarina is really struggling to find the square. She goes knight to c3, and we can see that Angel...
Really? Did she play it?
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there is a blunder on the board
Which
5.
one?
We have
Board
to go
5?
right away. There is a huge blunder.
Ooh, Nino
Look at this.
Batsiashvili.
We need the board right away on the screen to check out what happened.
It means that Sarah... Is Sarah doing... Is she winning or is Nino winning?
This is completely winning for Sarah now. Yeah.
Sarah is with white pieces, and
She's winning.
yeah.
What happened? Oh my god, is she a piece up?
Few moves back, the bishop on d3 looked so nice and beautiful. But then Nino decided to be a little bit ambitious. She pushed the pawn c5, and here at this point, after taking on c4,
She took here. It looked fine.
it looks fine.
It
but
still is
then
fine, yeah.
Rook takes c4 is a big blunder because she forgot that first knight can capture the bishop, guard the rook, and if you take this knight back, I will take the rook, and this pawn can be stopped by rook before
When it
check.
happened.
Well, rook,
This is a
rook
bit
d3 does
crucial.
save from mate, but the position, of course, with a full extra piece is completely lost, and there's
Right.
not very much play left here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, she resigns!
She
The game
just
is over.
resigned.
And look at Sarah, she
Yeah.
knows that her opponent blundered. She didn't
Yeah.
smile or she was not happy. She just
Yeah.
felt like, oh, Nino, you
Yeah,
shouldn't have
Nino
made
is
that
talking
mistake.
about this blunder, and she needs to somehow spread it out and
Yeah.
to say this is really tough moment. And you guys, she had 10 minutes in the end.
So does, if we look at the women board, Sarah won on board number 5 for Triveni Continental Kings, and Tan Zhongyi is actually winning it for the Balan Alaskan Knight. So it's even there on both the women boards. But what about the other boards? I would say Wei Yi is pressing. So is Jonas Beer. And also Aronian has a small edge. And Abdusatarov's game is equal. So maybe a huge lead in this match for the Triveni Continental Kings. Would it be
Yeah.
right to say? Jesse, I was just mentioning that if you do en passant here, you have to be
Love
careful
the
because
pronunciation.
then you might be in trouble there.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
No, but
nice.
that's why I'm mentioning this interview we did with Sameh. Both Ketty and myself answered like if there was any rule or something in chess that you would remove, we both said en passant.
So, yeah.
So if
Why?
it doesn't exist here, well, what happened? He came back with the rook?
Yeah, he came back. He
Alright.
didn't keep it. And instantly, Raunak played his rook here. I think what Raunak's trying to do is just make his moves quickly and put Jonas under pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Meanwhile, a result on board number 2, we have a draw between Abdusattorov and Yu Yangi, which is actually great news for the Triveni Continental Kings because Abdusattorov is in form. So the
Yeah.
score now 4-1 in the favor of TCK.
Amazing.
By the way, a double exclamation move on the screen, but I guess the main point is that you can't take this knight because your queen is hanging. And if you were to actually take the queen, then in this position, white suddenly starts to get better because now you take with the rook, your knight is defending this pawn looks good.
Oh, knight is just look at this with open hands.
Oh yeah. He's like, come here,
guarding
children.
on guarding on both pawns. And you guys, the B pawn will be very dangerous in the end game.
But he goes back with the queen, and look at Wei Yi. He's gone for
Whoa.
another classy
Another
move.
2
exclamation.
moves in a row. This
Wow.
is too much.
With so little
Yeah,
time on the clock.
and now white is
anything
just
possible.
a full well, like white has more queens on the board, which is
Just an
relevant.
extra queen.
Yeah, you can
This-
if you want to be a boring person, you can actually trade them, and yeah, well,
He does it.
He's not a boring
Wow.
person, but he does
and
want.
the handshake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that is
Oh,
so
Wei Yi.
disappointing.
what a game, guys.
What
How would you
team,
describe this in one word?
Are there any words? Maybe Peter Spitler has the larger vocabulary.
Just one
I'm
word,
struggling
Peter.
for even one word here. Wei Yi has brought so much excitement to us over the 9 rounds so far, and
Yeah.
Taimur will feel aggrieved because he defended excellently well up to a certain point, was maybe even better for a very short moment, and then shouldn't have lost. But that weird moment of panic on 10 seconds cost him the entire game. Yeah,
And
we're
we
going to have a fantastic final day.
I agree. And in what we sort of said yesterday as well, the last matchup is between the Balan Alaskan Knights and the Upgrade Mumba Masters. And it's always nice to know that you're playing last, know how many points you need,
Yeah.
and so on to make the top 2.
That's true. He is giving up the B2 pawn, but he keeps the king cutted from G-file, plays the rook all the way
Nice.
back, so there will be no forks. And now his plan is to bring king, like to have this very nice combination with the king and the pawn, and to push this pawn forward and to promote. You can see the team. Look at them, Katarina Lagner.
Katrina Lagner is like, yeah.
Oh, she
we're
can't
doing
believe
this.
it.
We're doing this. And
Oh.
you know, Levon, he didn't want to worry about Bear's result. He said, I'm taking it in my hands and I'll get the job done.
Yeah, this takes the stress away from the juniors board. And a
Nice.
handshake.
Whoa,
Very
Levon, what a player.
A player of a day, guys, for sure. Beaten Magnus Carlsen and then Jan Nepomniachtchi. Yep,
So
all
right now the pawn is about to queen, and we have Levon Aronian joining us here with his insights. Levon,
Okay, rook a5 is a
If I rook
no-brainer.
f7, I think.
take the pawn, yes?
rook f7, and then I guess rook.
Yeah, it's probably enough, but there may have been a cleaner way of.
Oh, so I cannot capture the pawn. Oh, I cannot capture the f2 pawn.
Yeah, if you don't take,
Oh.
you lose. Like now he loses in a very straightforward fashion. We go king g2,
Yeah.
you get checked. You go king f3, then you go to g3. Yeah, this is now
Doing
not
the
even.
bridge without the rook.
This is not even difficult. Yeah, I don't
Going
think.
for that. King moves away from
King comes
e2.
out.
Yeah, f3, g3, or e3
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. And the threat is rook b4, rook f4, and there is nothing you can do about that threat at all.
Ooh.
And of course, rook e5, check, king f4, we've won immediately. So.
Yeah.
Levon, I think Jonas just messed it up, yeah, towards the end. It looked drawn, that
yeah.
position.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, but you know, we told him that he's I mean, as long as the team wins, it's okay to lose. So it's sort of, you know.
Levon, did you manage to
Unfortunately-
catch any of that Wei Yi Rajabov madness?
I didn't.
Okay, that was
was crazy.
a
I saw it
very
was
very
crazy.
exciting game. Yeah,
Hmm.
I was hoping for your
And-
opinion, but
We have this rook coming on b4. Next move is rook to f4. Jonas cannot really stop this. And well, it's a bit of disappointment.
You know,
in the team.
I like how Triveni Continental Kings have won the match, but because Jonas is losing, everyone's not very happy. Very nice team spirit there as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there you have
Oh, we have a
Raunak
handshake.
Sadhwani has taken this game, but the Triveni Continental Kings have won the match 10-9 and have also moved to the third spot in the leaderboard with 15 points.
Sharing first, second, and third places. Tomorrow, 4 more matches. We don't know what's gonna happen.